Morning, guys. This is a new day and a new challenge. Yesterday you all caught and cooked mackerel with a surprise list of ingredients.
You all rose to the challenge very admirably.
This morning is your next masterclass.
The person that's going to hold the masterclass is the guy that taught me how to cook a piece of fish, John Burton Race. I've known John for 10 years and I started work as a young chef in his kitchen. John's classical repertoire was a big influence on my cooking and I'm sure he'll be an influence on you today.
What are you going to be cooking for us today, John?
A real classic dish, a French dish, sole bonne femme, but with a difference. Okay. I had to make it a little bit more complicated because I heard how good you were. Okay, guys, I suggest you go and get your aprons on now and I'll see you back here in 10 minutes.
Having retained 1 to 2 Michelin stars for 25 consecutive years, John Burton Race is one of the UK's top chefs, renowned for his classic French repertoire. He has chosen to demonstrate sole bonne femme, a dish based on subtlety and the intricate layering of delicate flavours.
When you're training to be a chef, it's one of the classics. It's our Bible. This dish today is slightly more complicated and taken slightly further than the original. And the reason I chose this dish today was because it's one of those that if you can master this, you can now take your cooking to another level. The first thing I'm going to do is a hollandaise sauce. So I'm just going to gently melt the butter. If you don't get this hollandaise right, we won't have a good sauce. So you know that if you muck this up, this is the first thing, then the whole dish will fall down like a stack of cards, all right?
Mixing clarified butter, eggs and a pinch of cayenne pepper, the ingredients are brought together over a saucepan of hot but not boiling water.
The water has to be under 100. Anything over 100 will just cook the egg yolks and then you'll have scrambled eggs. If that happens, stop. Start again, because you won't have a hollandaise. Okay, and it's a real pig.
One of the most difficult parts of the dish is filleting the Dover sole.
This method is one of these things that Dylan used to hate when he was a young man and had hair. I want to take this bone out without damaging the fillets underneath. You ease your knife underneath those bones there, okay?
A traditional method involving delicately removing the backbone in one single piece. It takes most chefs many attempts to master.
Think you can do that?
Here's hoping? Yeah.
There's hoping. That's not giving me a lot of confidence. Right, about that much.
John's twist on the traditional sole bonne femme is his scallop mousse.
And the idea is that I'm going to beat those things together, the butter and the scallops, so the butter's completely incorporated.
Made by blending scallops, butter and tarragon, he then adds sautéed mushrooms and chives before stuffing the central canal of the fish.
So there you go. The fish is ready, right? Add some white wine.
The most important element of the dish, however, is the cooking of the fish, which is steamed in a boiling broth of fish stock, white wine, thyme, shallots and tarragon.
180 degrees for about 7 or 8 minutes. See, fish cookery is all about timing, so if we go 30 seconds too much on this fish dish, Dylan's going to mark me down. If you go 30 seconds too much on this fish dish, I'm going to send you home. All right?
The final stage involves dressing the cooked fish in hollandaise sauce and gratinating it under a hot grill until it turns golden brown.
Please, please, please keep an eye on it. It has to gratinate in colour. It mustn't be black. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here's your sole bonne femme.
Served with turned-down potatoes and cooked spinach, this dish will test the contestants to their absolute limit.
I want you to copy that and duplicate it exactly how I've done it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. I think just getting everything done perfectly within the time limit that we have is going to be quite difficult.
Coming up in part 3.
Don't hide that from me, I saw that.
It is probably as complicated as a fish dish can get, I think.
Not one single fish is in the oven.
I really have to come out on top today. So, you know, that's what the challenge is, to fight for my position, to stay here.
This is brilliant. Okay, guys, you've got 1 hour, 30 minutes to recreate my soul bomb fam, and your time starts now.
Having received a masterclass from John Burton Race, the contestants must now try and recreate his classic dish. And with only one fish per person, there will be no second chances.
It's a really difficult dish. I'm scared out of my mind about doing this myself. This is probably one of the scariest things I've ever had to do.
I wouldn't sit that in the water and leave it there. It'll scramble.
You've done this before, have you?
Not really, no. No. I think we're all really scared. It's extremely hard. It's very technical. I think we all have to up our game here now today.
What a great classic dish, soul bomb fam.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good task to show them from where we came from yesterday, and a lot of technique there.
It's a great classic. I think it's perfect for them. It literally is down to the very first job that they do. If that is not stable, it means the hollandaise is not going to work, it's not going to gratinate, it's all going to split out, and it'll be something that he's watching very closely for.
Very thin.
Picking up more butter?
Yeah.
There's going to be textures there as well. The seasoning has to be right, the cooking temperature has to be right, so there's so much against them today to really do it well. It's great.
Yeah, for them to see those little details from a master is fantastic.
Don't let your butter get cold.
No, I transferred it into here just to get the correct measurement.
Yeah, but every time you transfer it, it loses about 10 degrees of heat.
Half an hour in, and Mary is the first to start the difficult task of filleting the fish.
It's the first time I'd filleted a fish in that way before. I was nervous about piercing the skin. I was nervous about, cutting through the fillets. So I took that very, very slowly. There were elements that were very tricky, and it was all about timing.
I have to say, guys, that by now, you should have had the bone out of the sole and thinking about making your mousse, and I can't see anyone at that stage, so now I'm worried for all of you. You did take over half an hour to make the hollandaise, and really that's a 10-minute job.
That's a really complicated dish. To remove the bone that way is quite a challenge, so I'm really happy first time doing it, and I got it right.
Oh, who's being naughty here? Don't hide that from me, I saw that.
I think I started filleting my fish a little bit late, and I used the knife to take out the main bone when maybe I should have used the scissors. So, yeah, it wasn't brilliant.
I'm starting to worry that looks chewed.
Chewed?
Yeah, you have to take a little bit more care. Show me again. Are you almost there now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks chewed.
A little bit.
This is very little. Do you reckon? Here?
Yeah, done.
Okay, done. Okay.
Having presented one of the weakest dishes yesterday, Mike has the most to prove.
I'm worried about whether I'm going to be in this competition much longer. I think it's the first real task that I actually took my foot off the pedal and I concentrate on each element of it, make sure I tasted every single part. And even the mousse I tasted 4 or 5 times. I love the consistency of it.
Where's your tarragon?
Here,
It should be in there.
Blitzing it first, I was going to put it in that.
No. You should chop it up and put it in at the very beginning with the cold butter and the cayenne pepper.
In order for the mousse to have the right flavour and consistency, it's vital that each ingredient is added at the correct time.
You've got lots of lumps of butter in that mousse.
Right.
Did you put the butter in the flesh at the very beginning? Why are you reducing this with all the bones in when it's supposed to be past?
Because I've done it wrong.
You've done it wrong.
At the beginning of the task, I kind of lost control a bit of the dish, and I think I was unable to kind of catch up. It wasn't my best day's cooking for, by any means.
You've literally got 25 minutes left, and not one single fish is in the oven. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Yes, chef.
Well, yes, chef, what? Yes, chef, it's not going to happen, or yes, chef, it's going to happen.
Yes, chef, it's going to have to go in the oven now.
Right. 1 or 2 hollandaise is not cooked. 1 or 2 pieces of fish, a little bit mangled, and there's a mousse that's split, but, you know.
Before putting their fish in the oven, it is vital that the stock is brought back to the boil to create steam.
The steam is what's cooking this fish. It's poaching, but it's also steaming, okay?
Okay.
Is that boiling?
Yep. Keep it off and going.
Why? I've just told you everything. I've told you to create the steam.
Yep.
It's supposed to be boiling, so that's on there, then you lift that and put it in there, and put it in the oven.
Okay, I thought you take it off. The pressure was so immense today, knowing who we were cooking for. Hadn't done any of those processes before. This is all new to me, but I had to remain positive, and I really did going in today and tried to, you know, put my best foot forward and, you know, really have the courage and confidence in myself to be able to do it.
You've got to bring it now as quick as you can because you're running out of time now.
Yep.
Are your potatoes cooked?
No, they'll take 6 minutes.
6 minutes?
Yep.
Congratulations, that's exactly how much time you've got left.
Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but you have 5 minutes left. Literally 5 minutes left.
Right, okay guys, time up. Step away from your stations, please.
First up with his plate of sole bonne femme is Mike.
Tell you what we've got here, Mike. We've got some good news and we've got some bad news. Okay. Your sauce is nice. It's a little bit strong, maybe slightly over-reduced, but the fish is beautifully cooked. The downside is the mousse isn't quite right because it's not cooked. And not only is it not cooked, but it's started to separate. What you've got is beads of broken fat. The taste is lovely, and you approach the dish in a very good way. I was very impressed. But all in all, really, not a bad effort.
The mousse, obviously, is the real weakness, as you can see. This, I didn't expect you to fall down. I think you've done a good job. You're a great man when you concentrate for recipes. Ultimately, a good job today, but it has fallen down a little bit.
Pity, yep. I haven't been quite delivering to the standards that I'd like. Is that mediocre? Is that okay? Yeah, it's not good enough for me. I always want to be better than that. Have I done enough to stay here? I don't know. That's up to the judges. Hopefully they see something in me they can develop.
Next up is Claire Ann.
This dish is a gratinated dish.
Yes.
This should be under the grill and coloured.
Yeah.
What happened?
I put the oven onto what I thought was the grill, but turned out to be the conventional oven.
Right, okay. Little things happened all the way from the start to the finish with you. You got little holes in the fish, and then you had a little problem with the mousse, and then you've got a little problem with the grill, and you've got a little problem with the sauce. Was it because the nerves got the better of you?
I don't think I can make excuses whether it's nerves or not. I have been through enough in the competition this stage that, I shouldn't have had little mistakes, so.
What's happened here is you split the mousse. And I know exactly why, because you didn't actually follow what I showed you to follow. The butter goes in right at the beginning and let it go into the scallops as it's being broken down. Remember?
Yes, absolutely.
You remember now, but you didn't remember then. The fish in the middle here is borderline undercooked. The taste of the sauce is nice. I mean, really nice. It's a real shame it wasn't finished. Your potatoes are almost raw. Pretty good. And I don't want to be critical, but it's very difficult to find a positive here.
Okay. I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay. Shame.
I'm awfully disappointed. There wasn't really anything that I could be proud of in the food that I cooked today, so that's really hard when cooking's such a massive part of my life.
After disappointment for Claire Anne, can Mary fare any better with her plate?
Have you ever seen that film called Ratatouille?
Yes, the little rat, yeah.
Well, do you remember when the food critic tastes this ratatouille and it takes him back to his childhood?
Yeah.
This is brilliant. Fish is cooked nice, the mousse is beautiful, it tastes how it should taste. The sauce is light but full of flavour. It's beautifully seasoned. You worked brilliantly well. You look like a professional. This is executed beautifully. You've done a really fantastic job.
What did I say to you yesterday?
You said you love me.
I still love you now. Because that is gorgeous.
But what can we say, you know? I mean, just the way you worked, Mary, today, you should be so proud. And what really impressed me the most was that, you know, your sauce was light. That shows a higher learning. It's nearly like, you know, nobody taught you that. That's kind of in you or it's not.
Thank you.
You love her as well.
Yeah, I think she's great. I think she's a great girl.
She's mine, yeah? Okay.
Let's not fight over her, boys.
I'm really proud of myself that I did so well today. It's a big achievement for me, and I'm delighted. Like, I kind of feel like, you know, I can walk away now just thrilled. Yeah, really, really happy.
Next up is Christine. Can she maintain her high standard from yesterday?
It's really funny, Christine, because when I saw that mousse coming out of the oven, I thought, oh, that's not going to be cooked. It is. It's set beautifully. You've filleted the fish well. You've dealt with it well. It looks good. It's nice presentation. The mousse is delicious. The sauce, a bit heavy, a bit clawing on the back of the palate. But all in all, I have to say, this is a very good effort.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's one of the best mousses so far.
Yeah,
Fair to say?
definitely.
It's seasoned really nice. I mean, today it looked like maybe you're going to fall down, but you haven't. But it does appear sometimes as if the pressure's getting on too much, and you fight through it. So you need to just make sure you're stable and that you're doing things in the order that you should be.
You know, I'm happy with the plate I plated up. Really enjoyed yesterday, and I'm happy with what I presented to them yesterday. So I'm not 100% sure, not fully confident, not, you know, I think I did myself justice.
And finally, it's Brigine's chance to try and impress the judges.
You've got a couple of bones there.
Yeah,
Very naughty.
very naughty.
What you've got, though, is a good fish. The sauce flavour is excellent.
Okay.
It's really strong in flavour. It's not limp. It's all the things that you've got in there I can taste. The mousse is nice, really nice. Quite a good texture too. A very good effort.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about the bones.
It's a good flavour. The fish is nicely cooked. I think you've done a good job. I think that you came back yesterday and showed a little bit more confidence in your cooking, which is a good step, because you did have a relapse, I think, yeah. And then coming in today and just being methodical and trying to be really precise and cover every track is really what the competition is, what we're looking for now at this stage. And I think you've done yourself proud.
Okay.
You've done not a bad job, Bridgie.
Thanks, Don.
Coming from somebody who's held a Michelin star for 25 years, it's great to get positive feedback about his dish. So I am quite elated and delighted that I managed to do it justice. Yeah, it's been a good day.
I think we all have the same opinion about Mary. That was a delicious dish wherever you are. That was as good as you're going to get, I think.
And it's really her creative lightness that's so impressive. I mean, what she put in front of us yesterday, you'd have been well happy, you know.
It's funny because all through my career, you get very few, as your junior, that are what I call a natural cook. And then right in front of us, I think we've got a natural cook.
Yeah.
Christine is a real pleasant surprise. When I caught the fish coming out of the oven, I thought, oh no, that looks a bit raw. But she saved it. She gratinated it properly. The sauce had a good flavour.
Our mousse was very good.
Yeah, and if I was choosing the next one down from Mary, it would be Christine.
Over Bridget.
Definitely.
Actually, I agree with John there, yeah. The mousse was fine, the fish that was there, the sauce was a nice flavour, so yeah, I definitely think that over Brigine's Christine was definitely better.
Claire Anne, I'm having a job thinking, did she get anything right? The potatoes were virtually raw. The sauce wasn't gratinated at all. The mousse was split. And underneath the mousse, it had holes all over the place.
All those little things that she should have got right, it's completely messed up the whole dish.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
Mike would have been, say, the second worst.
Mike's mousse was a mess. So if you're in a restaurant and you've ordered your sole bonfire, which is a gratinated dish, that comes along, I'd be the guy that's scraping the mousse off. Because I didn't want to eat that.
Like mush.
Yesterday, Mike cooked a dish that was probably the weakest. For me, he would have been a cert to go today, had Claire Anne not fallen down as far as she did.
Yeah.
But it's really odd food, isn't it? You've got 5 dishes, that's the same title, and here we go, in front of us, 5 completely different plates of food.